as Oil, Gas, Wine Law channel. We are broadcasting from Jakarta, Indonesia. Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia. Okay, so I'm Agung S. Sulaiman, or Agung Supomo Sulaiman, which I happen to be the operator of this channel that I established, and it is really fun and exciting to have a channel. The content which I usually deliver is the one that I mastered it, and I'm in a passion. I'm in a passion of the geopolitics, and also a passion of since I was working in the the energy sector, especially the source of the oil and gas, the LNG, and also the copper mining, gold, and also coal. So during the 35 years practicing as a lawyer, business lawyer, I'm usually advising the clients relating to the the legal exposure surrounding the business of conducting oil and gas operation, including mining operations in Indonesia, and also including the the coordinating of the financing. So I'm really passionate in telling my experience and my knowledge in order to share with all the viewers around the world, because it's a borderless now in the era of digital right now. So by having your own YouTube channel or a vlogger, sometimes you call it a vlogger, because vlogger is what you call it, a video log, the abbreviation of video log, in which log is a sort of a compilation, a logistic of all the of all the video recording that you have made during this period. Yes, I was just starting around 1 year ago, becoming a vlogger. Yeah, which also I like to play music. So I've also got a a music channel and also music blog. So I like to play keyboard, and the songs which I usually play are songs which just pop up into my head. I mean, maybe it's the vocal is just an expression of the feeling in my heart, in which I express it and interpret it through my fingers by playing keyboard, and I love that. Sometimes I call it a freestyle or sort of a jazzy sound, because I like making experiment and improvisations in playing the keyboard. So I like to just follow the heart, and then as you follow your heart, and you just follow also the rhythm. It's just flowing like let it flow, and then I then record it in my video, and then I will listen it, and then I can learn it, because right now in this area of digital period, I mean, everybody it really depends on the person. I mean, the wall or the barrier is actually within yourself. So if you are used in your life to be independent, meaning that you don't have the boss. I was also experienced having a boss working in a company, but I also during this period of time in which I became a sort of an independent business lawyer, I like the the free, I mean, flexi time. I really enjoyed choosing my my way of expressing, or my business lawyer way of thinking through making legal opinion. I like also to express it through my blogs, and also some of the times I also broadcast it and make some illustration or making a sort of an analysis relating to the legal aspects which is attached to the geopolitics. Because when I was in the faculty of law in the University of Indonesia, I also was focusing on the geopolitics, political among the nations, in which every nation, including every superpower, they are trying to struggle to to compete the sphere influence in a local or in a regional or in a global level. Okay, so I think based upon my passion, my experience, my education, I think I want to share my thoughts with the other viewers in this nice world, in this challenging world, because it's a challenge. I mean, by being your own vlogger, by opening your own vlog, it is sort of a challenge. You can challenge yourself. You can you can challenge and try to express and try to understand your capability in trying to illustrate or making an interpretation relating to the trend in this world. Again, especially due to the high prices of the fuel, again, including the shortage of gas, oil, and the shortage of food, and also the shortage of fertilizer due to the in which the Western side they call it invasion. I mean, the Russian, according to the Western countries, they perceive that Russia is making an invasion in Ukraine, but from the Russian side, they are saying that they are trying to to protect their natural security resources, because Russia has got a potential well in which it contains gas, in which the natural gas is, I mean, they are in the past history, they are exporting their gas to Western Europe and Eastern Europe. So like Germany, they don't have the infrastructure or terminal to receive the LNG from the United States, for instance, because they really depends. They are really used, maybe spoiled, depending 40% or 50% on their gas supply from Russia. And we can see from the news that actually the issue here is relating to the pipeline. There are two pipelines. There are one is the Nord Stream 1, and then one is the Nord Stream. And you know what? I mean, from the very beginning, I mean, the United States, whoever the ruler, I mean the administration or the presidency who is having power, either it's Obama or it is Trump or it is Joe Biden, actually they are against the construction of this pipeline. And you know what? I mean, what is really interesting is that this pipeline was actually a joint venture scheme in which the pipeline itself is owned and built and managed by a joint venture company, in which the majority of the joint venture is Gazprom, which is the state-owned gas and oil company from Russia. Yeah, and around 51%, and the remaining is the remaining of the shareholders are owned by Shell, which is a corporation between a Holland multinational corporation and British multinational corporations in the field of gas and oil. Yeah, and also there is also from the French company, and there's also a German company, Uniper and Wintershall, and also from Austria there is also. It's a multinational corporation from those Western countries, and it is really interesting and contradictory, because their government, who was also attending the inauguration of celebrating for instance, the completion of the first Nord Stream 1, it was attended by the official government during that period of time. So it is rather contradictory, because at one side, the government of those Western countries in Europe, actually they are a member of NATO and also a member of the European Union. So, but meanwhile, they are also, the companies, the joint venture companies, the members of the joint venture who owns and managed and also financing this, the construction and the building of this pipeline, Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2, actually they are members of, the companies are from the Western countries. So it is really a contradictory, isn't it? So that's why, from my side, because my experience is, I was experienced practicing as a lawyer in the energy sector, in the oil, gas, also copper, mining, gold, also coal. So I really understand that the major countries, usually their multinational corporations, are trying to control the flow of the infrastructure of the oil and gas, the energy sectors, from the upstream to the downstream, including the pipeline, etc., including storage facilities, including the transportation, either onshore it's on a pipeline basis, or if it is on it is along, it should be carried by a tanker, LNG tanker. It is because it's like this, the refinery in an LNG, from my understanding, is the refinery is not built until there is a real buyer. So because if there is a real buyer for a long-term agreement between the buyer and the owner of the refinery, then they started to build this, because it is not only risky, but it needs a huge capital money. Beginning from from starting the feasibility study, the geoseismic, the exploration site, etc. There are risks. So there will be potential sinking fund, because out of the 8 wells, wildcat wells, usually the discovery is only one well, which is commercial. There is a discovery, a potential discovery. So it's really a risk business operation. That's why the big boys in the oil companies around the world, they are the one who are usually having the majority share in the distribution or in the producing of the fossil oil and gas around the world. But for the eastern part of Europe, it appears that Russia was the one who is controlling that, because United States is on the other side of the hemisphere, and based upon the completion of the construction of the second Nord Stream, it is a real strong evidence it was completed around the month of September 2021. Yeah, it is completed actually, okay, in the year 21. So it means that actually the West European countries who also is, of course, they are also controlling their or observing their multinational companies, who is who is the shareholders of this joint venture owning the pipeline. It is an evidence. It's a solid evidence that actually the Western Europe are really serious in needing, building, maintaining, financing this Nord Stream, especially the Nord Stream 2, because Nord Stream 1 is already completed in around 2011 or 2012. Yeah, and it's already in the operation. But the Nord Stream 2 is being, is being ceased, meaning the government of Germany doesn't issue the certificate of acceptance or completion of this pipeline due to the conditions of the war between the Russian and the Ukrainian. So we can see here that it's a sort of it really depends upon which sides are you looking at. If you were trying to understand the real nature of this issue, it is actually a battle of trying to maintain the control of the flow, the source of the oil, gas, energy sectors, in which, according to Mike Pompeo, the ex-director of CIA during the Trump period, he was actually invited by the Hudson Institute, giving a presentation, and we can find it in the internet. And in his presentation, we can see that according to Mike Pompeo, in order to strengthen the hegemony of or controlling the infrastructure of the oil, gas, energy sectors from the upstream to the downstream, there should be three pillars, three pillars or three lighthouse, according to him. One is in the Middle East. According to him, Israel is the lighthouse. And in the European, especially in the Eastern Europe, according to Mike Pompeo in his presentation, he mentioned that Ukraine should be the lighthouse. And in the Southeast Asia, in order to counter the emerge of the Republic of China in their in their capability, maritime capability, and also in the mineral oil and infrastructure capability globally, especially in the Southeast Asia, they want to, Mike Pompeo has got the target that Taiwan should be the third lighthouse in order to strengthen the condition, strengthen the positions, the strong positions, to maintain the hegemony of the United States. in the energy sector. Yeah, we can see that. And based upon that, the former chairman of the Congress in the United States, Pelosi, she was visiting Taiwan. And now, because of the conditions in the elections in which the Republicans won, even they didn't win majority, but actually in the Congress and also in the Senate, it is controlled now by the Republican. So based upon that, there is quite an interesting conditions, and not to mention the climate change, the extreme climate change, what is happening in this world. So there's the fuel, the energy side, the food, the fertilizer, and also the climate. So since this world is just one world in which we live until this present moment, I think all of us as the stakeholder of this world, this one world, I think we are really should be responsibility for the social conditions, social welfare conditions, and the the certainty of the people. I mean, the people of the world is really the prime object that we should protect. Okay, then I think maybe this is just an introduction for me, Agung S. Sulaiman, or Agung Supomo Sulaiman, as the operator of this Agung SS Oil Gas Mine Law channel. And I hope that we can meet again in the next episode after this introduction from me. So I'm an independent vlogger, YouTuber from Indonesia, from Jakarta. Okay then, until we meet again. Thank you.